Okay, so you want to buy the jet Ronaldo flies. Not just any private jet, that one. Black fuselage, silver trim, your initials stamped into the tail the way his are. Wheels up from one continent and landing in another before your body even catches up. That's the picture in your head. You stepping off it. The rest of this is what actually happens once that picture becomes a real $73 million aircraft sitting in a real hangar with real bills attached to it. Let's start with what you're actually buying. The jet in question is a Gulfstream G650, one of the most capable large cabin aircraft in the world. Seats up to 19, sleeps 10, and can fly roughly 7,500 nautical miles without stopping. That's Europe to the Middle East on one tank, no layover, no connection. Reported price tag around $73 million before you've customized a single thing. And if your life spans more than one continent the way Ronaldo's does, Lisbon, Madrid, Riyadh, you'll quickly discover one jet isn't even enough. He runs a second aircraft, a Bombardier Global Express based in Saudi Arabia purely to cover that leg of his schedule. So the fantasy you started with, I'll just buy the jet, is already, quietly, two jets. Now, the sticker price. You assume that's the hard part. It isn't. It's the deposit. The moment your G650 leaves the factory, it starts losing value, typically 10 to 15% in the first year alone. On a $73 million aircraft, that's $7 to $10 million gone before you've had a single mechanical problem. This is why smart buyers don't start at the top. Ronaldo didn't either. His first jet was a Gulfstream G200, bought for somewhere around 19 to 24 million, flown for years, then sold to fund the upgrade. Even at billionaire adjacent wealth, you climb the ladder. You don't just skip to the top rung. Say you're on that top rung now. Here's what it costs you just to have the plane sitting there doing nothing. Hangar space at a major hub, several thousand to over $10,000 a month. Insurance on an aircraft this valuable, six figures a year, easily. Crew, you need at minimum two type-rated pilots, and senior captains flying aircraft this size can command $250,000 a year each, sometimes more. Add training, certification, and duty coverage across two jets on two continents, and you're not running a plane anymore. You're running a small private airline, with yourself as the only regular passenger. Then maintenance where your bank account actually starts to hurt. Scheduled upkeep on a jet like this typically runs 5 to 10% of its value every year. On your $73 million aircraft, that's potentially $4 to $7 million annually before anything even breaks. A single deep structural inspection can run into the hundreds of thousands. Want the custom livery, the black paint, the silver trim, your initials on the tail the way Ronaldo has his? That's bespoke work, not a factory job. Repainting it isn't cheap and isn't quick either. Now you actually fly it. Industry cost breakdowns put a G650 flying around 200 hours a year at close to $1.86 million all in for fuel, crew, maintenance reserves, and landing fees. Push it to 400 hours and your total climbs toward $3 million. But here's a twist. Your cost per hour actually drops because you're spreading those fixed costs over more flying. This is the same rule that governs every private jet on Earth. The hangar, the crew, the insurance. You pay for those whether you fly 50 hours or 500. The only way owning this thing ever makes financial sense is volume. You have to actually use it. And that's the real question sitting underneath all of this. Not whether you can afford the $73 million. Plenty of people who can afford that number still shouldn't buy the plane. The question is whether your life is demanding enough. International matches, training you can't miss, a schedule commercial airlines simply can't accommodate. That the hours you buy back are worth more than what the aircraft costs you to keep. For Ronaldo, reportedly earning north of 200 million euros a year, the math tips in his favor. His time is worth more per flight hour than the jet itself. For you, sitting there picturing yourself in that seat, that's the only number that actually matters. Not the price tag, not the paint job. Whether your hours are worth more than the machine you'd need to save them.